According to this article from the New York Sun, the rise in rate of excess deaths baffles public health authorities in Australia. In our last video, we looked at the rise of excess deaths in the UK, as for some reason, they're experiencing the same phenomena. According to this article, it says, the excess death rate in Australia, meaning the rate of actual deaths above what is expected, hit a startling 13% for the first 8 months of 2022, and the government should investigate what's causing it, according to Australia's prime actuarial body. These actuaries are important, and most of them work for insurance companies, and their job is to analyze the economic costs and risk and uncertainty, which basically means that their job is to make sure that insurance companies keep making money. And right now, life insurance companies are starting to lose a lot of money. And when people lose a lot of money, they start getting upset. They start asking questions, and then they start demanding answers. This may be part of the reason why the actuarial body is asking the government to investigate what's causing all of these excess deaths. And for some reason, the government is not investigating it. Here we have the UK and Australia that are thousands of miles apart, and they're both experiencing the same phenomena of excess deaths at the same time. What in the world could be causing this? According to The Sun, the Actuaries Institute found an extra 15,400 people died in the first 8 months of 2022, with about a third of these deaths having no connection to COVID. The Australian Bureau of Statistics reported an even higher number of excess deaths, 17% above the historical average. And take a look at this. For the COVID-connected deaths, they found that 2/3 of reported excess deaths are from COVID or listed as with COVID, meaning the virus wasn't the main cause of death, but was perhaps a contributing factor. Basically, this is saying that dying from COVID and dying with COVID are two different things, and most of the people are not dying from COVID. So, just like what we saw in the UK, many of these deaths are not related to COVID, especially because COVID is not as deadly anymore. So, is this much ado about nothing? Are people just making a big deal about this? Well, let's let the smart guys tell us what they think. Mortality doesn't normally vary by more than 1 or 2%, so 13% is way higher than normal levels. A spokesperson for the Actuaries Institute's COVID-19 Mortality Working Group, Karen Cutter, said, "I think the government should be looking at it." You read it there for yourself. 1 to 2% is normal, and the current number is over 6 to 10 times higher at 13%. I agree with Karen. I think the government should be looking at it, but for some reason, they're not looking at it. So, what are these people dying from? The Sun states that coronary artery disease, cancer, dementia, cerebrovascular diseases like stroke, diabetes, and a catch-all, other unspecified diseases take the top spots, which means that someone dies and there's no explanation. For some reason, there has been an increase in all of these various diseases all around the world at the same time, and I hope people start taking this seriously, because lives are being lost at an alarming rate, and for some reason, it's just not being taken seriously yet.